with several Fortune 500 companies. She's taken her corporate knowledge and experience and unfolded it into Passion Roads Marketing. Kay started her entrepreneur journey in 2015. And like so many of us, she thought the corporate to entrepreneur transition would be easy, but that proved not to be the case. There was so much to learn about navigating the entrepreneur's world. So just a few of the things that Kay learned was that listening to her clients' challenges and passions helps her to understand where she can be of service, and that marketing is about consolidation and integration to gain focus. It's not about separate buckets of tasks. And she also comes to the table with an attitude of service, which makes the serving all sweeter. Today, Kay's clients, comes from a wide range of industries. Her greatest joy comes from hearing clients' stories and challenges, taking the bird's eye view and integrating their marketing together so that her clients can focus on their business passion. Thank you so much, Kay, for being here. I really appreciate it. You have so much information about how we can integrate our marketing message and really push that message forward to connect with our clients. And I'm excited.
Thank you, Kelly. It's great to be here.
Great. So very first question, what draws your clients to you? What are their issues that you found?
Well, I pivoted my business back to my marketing roots during COVID, and I found that, and I founded my business this time on, well, I have the knowledge. I have like 20 years experience in marketing, and I really like helping people. It really fills my heart to be able to help people. So the idea of coming with the knowledge and then coming with the attitude of service, I think people recognize that I really want to help them, and I think that's what draws them. And then the other thing that I do, my secret sauce, I believe, is we start out with a consultation, and I hear their story, both their passions and their challenges. I take a bird's eye view and with a fresh look, and I'm able to say, hey, let's go in this direction and let's do this. And there, like, lights go on. And it's like, oh, I didn't think about doing that, or that's a great idea. Let's do that. So I think those two, coming with my secret sauce and then wanting to really serve them, I think that's what draws my clients to me.
That's wonderful. So let's talk a little bit about marketing. I know, well, even for myself, there's social media, and there's the blog, and then there's reaching out by email, and there's doing all these different things. And talk to me about how do we integrate? What is that all about?
Yeah, like you said, Kelly, a lot of people come to me and I want to do my social media. Can you help me with my social media? I really want to start a newsletter or a blog. Let's get that going. Or they want to do something different. But the reality is marketing is about consolidating and integration. It's about being consistent with your messages across all the platforms that you're on. So integration is really key. You do that through, you integrate the message or your content across all those platforms. You're consistent with that message across all those platforms. So you're just integrating everything together. And many times when people come to me and they want to do their social media because they're doing some kind of program on Zoom, and then I steer them towards my workshop package, because that is integrated. It includes the social media. It includes the strategy and the branding at the beginning, so we have a clear direction. And it includes helping them during the program, the emails, and the follow-up afterwards. So it's an integrated program.
Yeah, I think that's part of, I can't speak for everybody, but I think, in working on doing my programs, I find that I'm like, oh, I need to send out email or an email series for this. I need to do this kind of contact. And then I need to do the follow up. And I'm not necessarily taking it from soup to nuts. And just listening to you is where I realize that there really is a process, and that you follow to get from the beginning to the end, from conception through launch through follow up at the end.
Yeah, we need to start with, what do we want to accomplish? Where do we want to be at the end of this? Because if we don't know where we're going, it's going to be very difficult to get to that road that we want to be on. So we start with, your branding, your messaging that you want to put out, the takeaways that you have, and you use that across all of the platforms. So you have a consistent look and a consistent message across everywhere that you're promoting.
Okay. So a little bit more about marketing. Is there anything else that you want people to understand about marketing? Just that they need to really think about it as an umbrella, perhaps, that covers everything that you are doing within your business? Is that?
Well, I think I wanted to talk about one thing is the foundation or the core of our business is having clients.
Yes.
And it's having a list, if you will, of people that we can contact and we can influence. And lots of times people aren't working on building that list or nurturing that list. I've had clients that they're doing things, they're doing workshops, or maybe they're doing things consistently as they should be on Facebook. They're doing Facebook Lives, but they're not capturing that information. So I've had several clients that are doing something on Facebook Live, but they're not capturing that information. So we build a lead generation tool, if you will, to help them capture that information.
Okay. And then by getting the leads, getting the people who are interested in their message, right?
Yeah.
Then they're able to nurture them and show them other things that they do and how they might be able to help their clients in their clients' business.
Yeah. So a lead generation or a lead magnet, what that is it's simply a tool that you can use or something you can create that will capture your audience's information, their contact information, like their name, their email, phone number, if you can get that. And in return for that information, you give them a free gift. That free gift might be a list that you created, 10 steps to whatever is your wheelhouse. Another thing might be an ebook that you put together, or a subscription to your e-newsletter, or maybe a consultation with you. So those are gifts that you could give in exchange for gathering their contact information. And then from there, once you get their contact information, then that gives you an opportunity to engage and communicate with them further so that you can influence them so that they will be interested in buying your product or your program. So you start off with getting their information, and then the next thing that you want to do is nurture them. So you give them information about, you might send them an article, or you might educate them on some aspect of your program or your or the product that you're offering. And then after that, you might say, oh, I have this program coming up, here's your opportunity to register for that or to buy that. And then then next thing down the road, then you actually, okay, here's the last day to register or buy my product. I'm going to give you added incentive of 10% off or whatever that might be. And then hopefully that process of giving them a free gift at the beginning, giving them more information, education, and then giving you an opportunity to actually take action, then they will become your client.
That sounds great. And all of this is non-manipulative. You're not tricking people into this. These are people who are clearly already interested in what you have to offer, and you're just giving them more opportunities to interact with you. Exactly. Yeah. So, what do you think one of the big areas of marketing that maybe needs more attention, that people aren't focused on as much as they might be? Would you say just that we're going back to integration again, or something?
I think the combination of integration, that's what I want to, one of the things I want to accomplish with my people is that educate them about the importance of integrating. And integrating it means the social media, it means your email, it means videos. It's using all of those platforms, and it means using your consistent branding, your consistent content, that you're using, that you're not creating one message for one and then a different message for something else. You're delivering the same thing across all those platforms. So you might see some people on Facebook, but they might not be on Instagram. Somebody else might be on Instagram. So you want to find out who your ideal client is, so that you're going to the right places to promote.
And you find out where they hang out.
Yeah, you want to find out where they hang out, who they are to you, who do you like. With what most women entrepreneurs, they're focusing on women. It seems like, at least in the networks that I'm in, they're largely focusing on women. So that, and then they might be focusing on women of a certain age or a certain geography. That's how you can whittle things down. Or an interest in, like, if you're a health coach, then you're interested probably women, maybe 30s to 50s. They're in the United States and they're interested in health. And so you can whittle that metric down.
So that you really hone in on your target, the people
Right.
that you think would be most interested in what you have to offer.
And a good way of finding out what they're thinking about or what they're doing is joining groups that are like that, and go into groups that are geared towards that category, and listening or reading, what they're posting about and what they're interested in, and engaging them there and gaining information there, and then being able to really communicate to them in the messages that you deliver.
That makes perfect sense. So we know that a lot of solopreneurs and small businesses wear a lot of hats, and they do a lot of these things themselves. And of course, I'm an advocate of bringing people in, building a team around you, so that you're not, so the whole world doesn't rest on your shoulders, so that you're not responsible for everything. Right. You can really focus on the things that are your key areas of expertise. So with that in mind, for those that are trying to do things themselves, how do you help them at that stage, and how do you help them transition to either bringing you on their team or having you, help them get to the next level?
Well, my goal is to create some training programs. I don't have those yet. But what I can do, and what I've done several times, is I create the framework for you. I create and then I'm able to hand that off to you or your VA. For instance, I had a client that she was doing the Facebook Live thing, but wasn't capturing that information, and she didn't have really clear brand. She had some branding, but she wasn't consistently using it. So what we did is we created her a simple branding package, and then we created a template to use on her social media channels that was consistent with that brand. And then from there, so that was one step. And she was very happy with that because she can change out the message and change out the imagery, but she still has the fonts and the colors that are part of her brand. And the second part we did was how we're going to capture those leads. So we created a lead magnet for her, and she's using that.
That sounds really good. Now, I think for people who are interested in growth, as I said, I honestly encourage them not to focus on areas that are not their area of expertise, marketing being a big one. If somebody were interested in working with you, how would they contact you?
Well, they can go to my website, passionroads.com, and connect with me there. Or also is there a place I could drop my...
We can put information in the chat.
Okay.
And I question, you do consultations, right? So if somebody is like, I don't know how much this is going to cost me, I don't know how much time is involved, I don't know.
Right.
And maybe I don't know what I don't know. Can they arrange a consultation with you?
Yes. And I'm going to put a link to my calendar so they can do just that.
Perfect. That sounds great. So anything else that we've skipped, something that you are, we'll put it in the chat at the end.
Okay.
Is there anything else that we might have forgotten to, like maybe a question I haven't asked that you want to address?
So my clients come to me and generally they fall into 3 buckets. And this is what I hear. I had this one marketing thing that I needed to do, and I thought I could do it. And I thought it wouldn't take very long, but it took me all day. That's one bucket. The other bucket is, why is there so much technology? Why can't I just press one button and it's done? So it's sort of a apprehension to all the technology out there. And the third one is, I know I need marketing. I know I need help. I have no idea where to start. So those are generally the buckets. I'm here to say that from your strategy to your implementation, I'm here to help you take your marketing challenges off your desk and put them on mine.
Awesome. That's a relief.
I hope so. And that's exactly what I want to happen, is that it's a relief. Everybody has their areas of expertise, and mine is marketing. So let me help you.
Oh, that sounds great. Thank you so much, Kay, for being with us today. This was wonderful. I'll go ahead and put your info, or you can put your information in the chat at the end. And if people want to get a hold of you, then they can use your calendar and make an appointment for a consultation.
Okay, sounds great.
Perfect. Well, thanks so much.
Thank you.